Great. We're live. Seems to be working just fine. Nobody on here as yet, but that's okay. I'm back, guys. I'm back. I don't know if anybody's on here at this hour, well, this time of the day, but let's see if anybody taps in. I'm so tired. I am so tired, guys. I am so tired. But honestly, recently, with all the stuff that's going on, and especially with the speed tour that they've been keeping up with, let me tell you guys how it's made me feel so like I've been very motivated, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I've been feeling really, really good this year. Like, I feel very, very good this year. This is a nice, positive, go to type of year for me. At least that's how I feel. I've been listening to, like, catching back up on like some of the YouTubers' journeys from when they first started. And Speed, I went back and I looked at his first video, and I looked back at Kaisenet's first videos, and to see that they were there and they were playing and stuff, especially like Speed, to see all the stuff that he went through, like that he went through in terms of support and his mom and stuff like that. And honestly, like, watching it kind of made me a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. Hi, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Beautiful hairstyle. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm just here babbling on. I'm talking about Speed. Where are you from? So I was born in Jamaica, but I practically grew up in Canada. Um, Hello from Brazil. Brazil. Wow. Hello. Hello. A friend of mine on here, Jason and Gina, they do travel vlogs. They were just in Brazil. They were showing us all the beauties of Brazil and stuff like that. And I can't wait. Brazil is so beautiful. So beautiful. And all the arts and stuff that they sell on the roadside. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Oh, my lotion just fell. Are you looking? You are looking so young. Am I really? I get that a lot. I'm grown. I'm very grown. Huh? Very, very grown. Give me 1 second. Sorry. 1 second. Shiloh, stop barking. Make him stop barking, please. I'm on live. Sorry. Hi. Okay. Who's this? Luca. Hello, Luca. How are you? And Robert, the culture and places are amazing. My country is so good. It really is. It really, really is. Man, I can't wait until I start touring the world. There's so many places I want to go, and the more I watch Jason and Gina's vlog, is the more I just want to get up and go, because they're taking us to places that you don't really, well, I haven't seen, like, much of. How are you guys? And what time is it where you guys are? Right now it is 5:52 for me. Hello, Ellie. Hi, Abide. How are you? Yeah, so before you guys came on, I was just saying I've been watching a lot of streamers from the beginning, and it was so motivational. You know what I mean? Like, to see that they only had like two people watching their channels way back when. Even some of them had like 4K, and they were still only like, you know what I mean, averaging like 20 views, and it didn't stop them. They kept going, like, you know what I mean. And now that they blow up and they're making millions and traveling the world and all this type of stuff, I'm like, yes, yes, I have to keep on going because I want to be one of those people. You know what I mean? I want like some years from now, I don't know how long it's going to take, hopefully not that long, but I want like to have my millions of subscribers, traveling all around the place, and knowing that like I started from scratch. I was good evening, good evening, good evening, God will. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Blessings, blessings. I'm good. Novelty. That's really, really, really good. I just popped on here. I just popped on here, but I was like mentioning about how I was also motivated by streamers like Speed and Kaisenet and all of the others that came before, and their whole journey, you know what I mean? That they started from absolutely nothing with 2 views and they just kept on going. Oh my goodness. How are you? How is it where you are right now? I honestly, I'm not, let me tell you guys. Oh, by the way, you guys, I do have a new interview show that I do. I don't have a particular date, just a specific time. The time is 6 p.m. Eastern time. Right now, I have only a few people booked, I think. Just a few people that's booked right now. But it's all about my business ventures, all about other people's business ventures, their businesses, all about, you know, crafters. I am going to be doing some streamers, you know what I mean? So if you guys are into those type of stuff, or even if you guys have a business and you guys want to have a little bit more exposure, my channel is not that big, but who knows? Who knows what's gonna blow it up? Like, you know what I mean? Who knows when you hit that one video and it just gets larger than life? Who knows, right? So jump on the wave right now. So if you guys have a business, or you guys are crafters, or even gamers, or whatever the case is, and you guys want to be featured on my interview, let me know. Let me know. My DM and my WhatsApp business information is linked in my YouTube bio. So y'all check that out and clock in, because this year we are doing big things. We're doing big things. And if you guys are uncertain and you guys want to get like a little bit of a preview of what it's like, I've already conducted one already and I've gotten positive feedback actually. It's been pretty good. So y'all could go ahead and check that out. The playlist is Novelty's Corner. That's where all those lives are going to be going, because it's all about Novelty's Corner, right? That's where all the interviews are conducted. So y'all go ahead and check that out. And like I said, if anybody is interested in that and y'all want to be a part of it, holla at my DMs or my WhatsApp business. Don't message me on my email, because I'm not even gonna hold you guys, but right now I don't really check my emails as I should. I apologize. But mostly because everybody messages me on WhatsApp. So I focus on that. I focus on that. 6 p.m. Eastern, what day? It's not a particular day. It's basically whatever time the person I'm interviewing is, whatever date the person I'm interviewing is available. So if somebody says like, I want to do one this coming up Monday, right? So then it'll be that date, but 6 p.m. If they're like, okay, I want to do one on Tuesday, like, you know what I mean? So I don't have a particular date. I kind of leave that open to be a little bit more flexible for, you know, the person that I'm going to be interviewing, because everybody has, you know, their lives and whatever it is that they got going on and whatever. I don't want to interfere with that. And I don't want anybody to feel pressured or feel, like, you know what I mean? So I leave it to everybody to pick the date. And I do make exceptions. So for instance, I'm gonna be interviewing Trini next week, Saturday. Um, he's in Finland, and y'all know how that goes. Like, he's hours away from me. So my 6 p.m. is way too late for him. So I pushed it back to 4 p.m. So stuff like that, I do make exceptions. So just to put it out there for anybody watching, anybody that's, interested. Okay, that's great. We have to keep the faith and keep trusting God. Don't give up. Keep pushing. I'm making sure I keep pushing because I'm not even going to hold you. There's many times, many a times, like I'm just like, you know what? I really can't do this. I just want to throw in the towels and just call it quits because YouTube is not for the faint of heart. Like, you know what I mean? And sometimes whenever you're crafting or you create a video, because we all know, that editing, content creation, all this stuff, it takes time and a lot of effort, and a lot goes into it. So sometimes, like, when you do all of that, you put it out there and you don't get the feedback that you're kind of hoping to get, could be a little bit discouraging. But I know personally that I have talents. I know I have little skills, like, you know what I mean, and I learn very quickly. So I'm not gonna give up because slowly but surely. But for now, I do adjust how you know what I mean. I maneuver how I do things. I don't go all in. I feel the same way. Yes, it do. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I think that's why, like, when I was saying earlier when I came on, like, looking back at people's journey, like Kai Cenats and Speed, there's so many different YouTubers and stuff like that that is bigger, that when they first started, they didn't have much eyes. You know what I mean? And it didn't stop them. Matter of fact, like, I have a friend, he does gaming and he's been doing it for, I think he started, like, he's been doing it for quite some time now. But I think this year he started to push even harder, and he started to be more consistent and more frequent in terms of his posting and stuff like that. And a lot of times it'll be just me and him, right? In the chat. And I look at him and I'm just like, you know what? If he can keep going, then why not? Like, because sometimes he only has like 2 people or 3 people. And he'd be like, yo, I'm so glad, yo, there's 2 people on here with me. And he was so hype over that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, why do I feel away if, you know what I mean, I don't get the crowd? Like, why not? Why do I feel away if the whole world and their mama is not watching my videos? As long as the few people are watching, because those are the ones that count the most, the ones that come back and support you and whatever. And even the ones that just pop in and actually gave your video a chance, those are the things I'm appreciating. Like, you know what I mean? Yes, it do. Yeah. These are the things I'm appreciating because it's rough out in these streets. It's rough out in these streets. It's so rough, but I'm trying my best. And right now, I'm on my way to 1,000K. I've been trying to get there for the whole entire year. I feel like all my life, all my life, I've been trying to get there, but I'm almost there. And that's another major milestone for me because the beginning of the year, to be honest, like, 100K at the end of the year wasn't really my goal. I thought I would be able to achieve 100K in, like, I gave myself, like, I think it was like 2 or 3 year time frame. I was like, in 2 or 3 years, I would be able to get to 100K. That's how I had set up my stuff. So to know that, like, 1 year later, and some days into the next, I'm actually close to it, and I'm still pushing. My content's still getting better. Like, you know what I mean? So that's a major milestone for me. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of you guys too for for keep pushing and keep going and whatever the case is. Because like I said, like, YouTube is not for the faint of the heart. Absolutely not. It's not. And don't forget to hit that like button as you guys come in, please. And thank you very much. It's really appreciated. I need to work on other from my interviews. I feel like my interview is really good at grasping people's attention. I feel like now though I have to work on like my personal one-on-one lives. I have to work on my personal one-on-one lives. I think I have like certain time frames I go, and I do have like the set of people that come on and they love seeing my lives and whatever. But I feel like because I be popping up randomly, I be popping up randomly, so it's kind of hard for people to like really connect and whatever. And especially now, like there's so many people that's always going live. It's filled, but I need to come on live because I'm like I need to keep up with the keep up. I apologize. I don't always get to be here every single day, but I try to be consistent in terms of posting at least and coming on as much as I can when I can. I'm trying to set up my channel in a sense where I pre-schedule a lot of things, like you know what I mean, and I batch create my content as much as I possibly can. So that way I have time to do things like this because it's hard when you're creating and you're jumping on live and you know what I mean, you're crafting for your business and you're trying to operate all these little extra things all at one time. And then I have people like, was it like yesterday a friend of mine messaged me and she was like, can you help me with a promotional video? Like, you know what I mean? There's always so much stuff going on. And sometimes I'm not, honestly, sometimes I feel like bitten off more than what I could chew. Sometimes I feel like I've bitten off more than what I can chew because I have gotten into the setting boundaries type of thing. But every so often, I feel like I override it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. Sometimes I forget that I'm only one person. And though I can do it, I can't do everything all at one time. You know what I mean? So I still need to work on that aspect because, whew, it's exhausting over here. It's exhausting over here. But yeah, I'm trying my best and I'm trying to push so YouTube could push out my content and get a broader reach. Hey, stick to it. Salute. How are you? I'm just here talking about random things. I was talking about being influenced by the streamers that have like 1 million and stuff like Kaisenet and Speed and stuff like that. I was talking about like the other day I was looking back on their journeys and stuff like that and to see like where they started from and where they at now. Like you know what I mean? And I shouldn't have no excuse of saying I'm giving up. Just because you never know. Cool, I'm here working in the background. Thank you very much. Hey Chris. Hey Queenie. Wow, looking nice. Thank you. I didn't even do nothing. I think it's the facial. I remember the other day I told you guys I was gonna go do a facial. I did the facial and she did her thing. Chris says, hey Sticks. Yeah, she did her thing. Because now like when I show up on camera and stuff, like my skin is glowing. It looks like I have filter on and I love that. Like she did a big one. And over time it's just getting better and better and better and better. Like every day I look in the mirror, I'm just like, I still have like a 1-2 spots that's still fading, but you can't really tell, like, you know. And I still get like a 1-2 pimple and stuff, but I'm so happy. So happy. Yes. Oh, and the interview I have for this, I have that interview that was planned for this Sunday on the 18th at 6 p.m. with Cookies and Cream. That one has to be rescheduled, so I'm trying to get a fill in. I'm still working on it, trying to make sure I have that spot locked, so I'm not going to mention it for now just in case. But once I have the confirmation and I have the go ahead, I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna be posting it in my community on my community post. Jeez, I'm tongue tied. So y'all could look out for that. LOL, I need what she did for my entire body then. She did micro what is it? Microdermabrasion. Yeah, microdermabrasion. I couldn't say that. Hey sis, how are you? How's everyone doing? Hey Cams, we're good. How are you? Yeah, that's what I did. It's kind of maybe it's just me, I don't know, because to be honest, like the facials I've had before were just like the normal facials where, you know, they do a little scrubbing, a little cleaning, apply some products, a mask, and you know, some basic stuff like that. But this time she used the machine and she like scrape, and to be honest with you, at first, do you want some food? What are you looking for?
My charger.
Where did you leave it?
That's what I'm trying to look for.
Go look in your room because I felt that's where you left it.
That's not where I left it.
Well, it wasn't down here. Nobody even touched it.
Nobody said nobody touched it. I was looking for my charger.
Anyway, stop. Hello. Stop. Hello. I don't know what I was saying before, but I was interrupted. But yeah, when she first did it, oh my goodness, I was like, oh, and it was on like the lightest setting. It was on the lightest setting. I thought my skin was gonna peel off, and after she did it, at first, like I honestly, I thought it made my skin worse because after the second day, my skin had like these raggedy patches, and I had like pimples all over my face that was coming and all over my forehead. And prior to that, I never really got pimples like that. I got like, you know. So I was just like, oh man, did I go and destroy my skin? Because you know they always say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And here I went fixing what, you know what I mean? But I'm glad I did. And maybe like next month, I think I probably go and do another one. I do one more. So y'all should try it. But seek a professional first, like, you know, and make them tell you, like, don't just go do it because I said, because in no way, shape, or form am I expert on these things. I'm just letting you guys know what I did and how it's working out for me. Like, you know, have my skin looking shine. See that? No makeup, just nice and just shiny and good. Well, my forehead is like a bit too shiny. Hold on, let me try to clear some of that up. But yeah, see that? Clock it. All right, girl. Bag. I had to pop out and share your info to my post. Oh, thank you. I mean, YT. Oh, okay, Chris. Yes, you're glowing. I'm telling you. And you know how long, like, you guys know it's been out for a long time. People have been doing that for a hot minute. But I personally never thought about it. Like, you know what I mean? And I always thought that my skin was just pretty good. Like, you don't need anything else. But it was funny because when I went and she looked at me, she was just like, you have a lot of dead skin on top of your on your face. And I was like, really? Because I exfoliate at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. Like, you know what I mean? And I have a skincare regimen. So I thought I was doing pretty good. I was on top of it. Like, you know what I mean? So when she said that, I was like, really? Huh. But I'm glad. I'm glad I went to her. I'm glad she did her thing. And by the way, too, like, she is gonna be up on here doing an interview next month. So y'all could ask her about some stuff. Unfortunately though, she's in Canada. But you guys, you know what I mean, the information you guys could always just bring to somebody close by you guys, you know, in your region. Hold on, I'm gonna catch up on the comment. Love the beanie and the way you are wearing it, so can see your hair matches your top nicely. Thank you. Thank you. I made it. It's one of my prized possessions. It's one of my prized possessions. One of my prized possessions. I love things like these. I love things like these because you could always style it any and any way. Any and any way. Wait till summer come. Wait till summer come. I have the one with the pearl beads on it. I should be wearing that one more often, but I feel like that one's a little bit too dressy to just be putting on with any and anything. But this one, the black one, is just plain, and I feel like it fits with everything. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I love me some black if you guys haven't noticed already. I love me some black. And this year I've been getting really into like mixing it with some pink and stuff like that. But I don't think I would wear pink. I don't think I'll wear pink. Well, it depends on the shade. Depends on the shade. And Chris, how have you been? How's your cat? And how's your mommy? Did they enjoy it? I know I ask this every time, but because I can't remember, like, what was the answer? Like, I know you said the cat, your mom enjoyed her Christmas and stuff like that. How are you enjoying the New Year's? How are you enjoying the New Year's? I am super duper tired. And you know, it's so funny because I just woke up a couple hours ago. I woke up and I was like, you know what? Let me go and get something to cook. I had to cook something. So I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I cooked. I was on a few different people's lives and stuff like that. I was on a few people. I'm good. Cat is on my lap sleeping. Okay, big thanks. Yeah, I was like, okay, let me cook and get my life together. I was supposed to go to paint night tonight. It starts at 6, but I was like, you know what? I haven't done a live in such a long time, and I still have a lot of things to edit. I still have a lot of things to edit. Um, so I was like, yeah, no paint night for me tonight. No paint night, and I'm still so tired. I'm so tired, and it's so weird now because I feel like at 11 o'clock nowadays, I feel like, oh, I could go to sleep now, but I'm still up for a little bit. I'm still up for a little bit longer till like six a.m. 6 a.m. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm trying to reverse my clock for at least next month because I need to get back into sleeping at night and then having my whole day to, like, you know what I mean? Especially summertime, because summertime I want to be outside. I want to be outside. I want to be outside doing a lot of vendor events. I have my heart, my hopes, and my dreams set up on that. A lot of vendor events, and I want to be doing my lives while I'm at my vendor events. This time I'm gonna know better because the last vendor event I did say I was gonna go live, and I did go live. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that the whole time. I just thought that nobody was in the live, like, YouTube wasn't sharing out the live, even though it was kind of strange because at least I normally have at least a one or two people, like, but when I did it, I went on live and I was on live for a good 2 hours, and there was absolutely nobody in there. And it wasn't until I got home that I was looking back at it and I realized that it was under unlisted. And I was like, oh shoot. So I just kind of downloaded certain parts. You downloaded it and then just cut up and use certain parts of it. But I'm gonna know better for next time. Creators don't sleep. It's so funny because not too long ago, I actually was Googling that, and that was one of the things that they said. They're like, creators, our minds are always so busy. It's always going, right? So we don't really sleep. And it's funny because I've bucked up on so many crafters here on YouTube. There's these two people, two females, and they really don't sleep at all. Because I remember going on their lives and it was like 12 in the AM. They were on their live doing their thing, and they said that they've been there from earlier in the morning, right? Been on their live for like a good couple hours. I came off, I went to go do some stuff, went to sleep, woke up, and they were still on lives talking about we still here. I was like, you guys are good. You guys are good. But honestly, like, I get a lot done in the AMs. I feel like I get a lot done when I'm up in the AMs opposed to when I'm up during the day. And during the day, I feel like there's a lot of other things that interfere that I have to stop to do. Whereas in the morning, it's just me, myself, and I could just focus on my crafts or my work or whatever the case is with no interruption. I just put on little 1-2 anime, on the TV, and then I have my phone and my what do you call it, my iPad, and then my computer, and I just sit there and do my little thing. I use all three of my devices all at one time when I'm working. I don't know how I do it, but I do. I need everything all at one time when I'm working on something. When I'm working on something. But I need to start doing some more crocheting though. I haven't done crochet in such a long time because I've been trying to catch up on like some bag charms and some earrings, some little jewelries. But I need to start doing some crochet. And I did say from like last year sometime I wanted to actually come on and I wanted to do my crochet on here. But I think because like the audience I've been pulling in, they haven't really been too into it. I don't know, but I'm gonna get back to that. Ooh, and you guys tell me about this. So for next month, I have something planned. Um, but when I do my crafts, and I tried this the other day when I was doing the beading, I tried to do like the scary stories, but that was just a segment for October for Halloween. So for next month, I'm not gonna go too much into details, but I kind of have something I want to do in terms of Black history for that while I'm doing my crafts. So without hearing the full details, I don't know how you guys feel about that. I don't think I'm gonna be doing it on live. I think I'm mostly gonna be doing it on my long form videos. But I need some ideas for my lives. Other from the interviews that I'm gonna start going on. I'm just waiting for more people to tap in or whatever. But as people come, then you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to figure out things I could do, like when it's just me up here on live, things that's gonna keep you guys entertained, like not nothing crazy, nothing wild, right? This is not OF, so we ain't gonna be doing none of that. But something like crafty, like, you know what I'm trying to say, that you guys are like, or if there's like a certain topic or something that you guys would want to be talking about or whatever the case is, let me know. That's true, right? My daughter watches crochet stuff, but mostly shorts. I realize that when I do shorts, when I do like the crochet shorts, those ones get a lot of eyes. They get a lot of eyes. People love when I do the crochet shorts, but I'm not actually doing things. I'm just showing like my pieces. Like, you know what I mean? But I have seen the other some shorts that's been blowing up, the crochet shorts where people are actually like showing people how to do patterns, and or they start, like, you know what I mean? Like, say they're creating a bag, they'll start it and then they'll show, and then here by here they'll do chopses of their process until it's finished, and then they show like the completion of it, and people love that. I'm like, girl, why I don't do that? But for me, it's because like I said before, like when I get caught up in my crafting, I'm so focused on the crafting. So in terms of recording and stopping and all this stuff, and I don't have enough space to go right through and then just cut it up, like, you know what I mean? So I have to like start and then stop so I don't run out of space, and then at another point start again. Man, it's too hard. So do more if you can. More of what? Sorry, I lost. I've been talking so much and saying so much stuff. Do more of what? The crochet stuff or the shorts? Yup, she loves those, but she's 7 years old. That's good. That's good. There's shorts. Yeah, I have been. Shoot. Ooh, craps! I just hurt my leg. I have been doing more shorts lately. I had stopped for a little bit. But then when I started back, because I stopped and I wanted to kind of just focus on just posting my crafts and stuff like that. The crafts been doing really, really good for me. They've been getting a good amount of views and stuff like that. Um, then I started to post like my live highlights and stuff. People don't really like my live high. Well, they like it, but people are not clicking into it. When they click into it, they like it, but it's kind of hard for people to click into it. And as I said too, like I've been doing so much long form videos and stuff like that that I haven't really had time to really focus on my shorts, because what I want to do for my shorts is way different than what I want to do for my long form. Because usually what I've been doing is I would remix clips from my long form and turn that into shorts, which is really good. But I want to do something specific for the shorts, and that doesn't involve me clipping from the long form. So I'm still working on that. I hate my highlights, so I no longer put them out. I'll see what I'm talking about. I was just saying this the other day, like some of my highlights, especially like the angles and stuff that the angles and stuff that YouTube be catching you at, is be like, YouTube, come on now, do better. But I've been saying that. I've been saying like I don't really like my highlights as much. Like, you know what I mean? There are a few that I actually really liked, and I'm like, okay, y'all did your big one. Let me put this out. But for the most part, I don't like my highlights either. I don't like my highlights either. So I kind of pick and choose. I see like what's what. Normally, whenever I'm talking about my crafts and I'm showing them and whatever, YouTube's tend to capture that for me. So those are the ones I always like to put out, but I'm not always showcasing my stuff on here. Like, you know what I mean? Because I don't have options to use the parts I want. Is that how it works? Honestly, I've never really thought about that aspect of it. I always just kind of hey Reds. I always kind of just went with whatever they put out, because honestly, what the ones that they do put out, it kind of gets a little push. Sorry, hold on, let me catch up. I'm sorry. I really liked when you were showing your stuff for going to the craft market around the holiday. Yeah, because I had a lot of stuff I was creating, but I like I said, I want to get back to that because people love that. And I have to start making some more. I can't use my sublimation printer because it's broken, but I can still create the template and show it. Like I did with the phone cases before. So I want to do some more of that because people love that. The name ones. I want to do different names, some more names, and I want to do some more months and stuff like that. Um, I okay, I read that. Sorry, because I don't have options. I read that. Red says, "Hey Cams," and he's showing up on his wine glass. When it's choosing for me, they look horrible. I'm telling you, they really do. Like they don't care. Tell you now, they don't care. They don't business about nothing. They're like, yo, this is what it is. Because can't be choosers hold us and just put this out. Don't say a word. I hate that too, especially they catch you in such compromising positions. Like your mouth will be open, like or something, and that's what they're gonna catch. Of all things, like of all things to catch. Hold on. Oh, I didn't put a Is it showing? Okay, I think. Um. Save your videos in your phone while you're scrolling shorts. If it says use template when then plug your pics or videos in given they fit and you have a free edit. I did 900 views in 2 minutes. Bap, 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 bap. Yes. Cam says Blessing Red's room. And I have a better side, right? She said exactly. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Hi, Novelty in chat. Hello, Coach Meme. For those coming in, I'm not doing interviews today. I know a lot of people are probably coming in thinking today's an interview day. Today's not an interview day. It's just a me sitting down and chatting off my mouth, communicating with my community type of day. So I apologize, but there's more coming up soon. So look out for that. Red says, Coach, look out for that. Yeah, Cams, like I need to, and I love that template thing. Hold on. Abide says, girl, Cams has been coming through with fire lately, and sis been looking so pretty too. Forget a bad angle. Sis been eating. I don't know why it's not showing that, but that's what Abide said. I keep trying to press show and stuff, but I don't see it popping up here. Yeah. I don't even know why they held that. I'm not too certain why YouTube even held that because I don't see anything wrong with that comment. This message is held for preview. Yeah, I don't know why it's holding the messages. Like, my people go. Let me shine. Okay, I think it came through now. Did it? I can see it on here. I just can't see it there. Yeah, my apologies. Um, hold on. Okay, Cams is saying greeting to Coach. Coach says, hey, Cams. Cam said, thank you, Abide. Just kicking it, huh? Uh-huh. Girl, you know me and Nightbot got truth. This I don't think this one is Nightbot though. I think this is actually like the YouTube one. It's YouTube holding it. Yeah, I think it's YouTube that did that. I don't know why it's hating. Reds is showing up shots at Abide. Reds is showing up shots at Abide. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm very tired. I'm very tired. I don't know what it is lately, but I've been feeling so tired. YouTube settings. I have to go look into that because I never had this issue before. Like I have to go look into that. Brother Reds. That's what Abide said. We said brother Reds. I have you guys here because you know say your girl is blind and I'm being very stubborn today. I don't even want to put on my glasses. It doesn't go with my attire today. Red said vamps and Cams is laughing. It's true though. Bless up, guys. Red said, "Bless up, guys." I'm telling you, but don't worry, Reds. I'm trying to step into the sunlight. I'm trying to step into the sunlight. Try to stay up during the days. I have to. No, sis, you look cute today. Thank you. Thank you. And it's so funny because I didn't do anything out of the ordinary. Hi everyone. Hi Blessed. I didn't do anything out of the ordinary other from I think it's the facial I did that's coming through. The facial I did that's coming through. And I feel like the lighting in the kitchen gives you like an even nicer glow. Cause usually I'll use my other lights. Chris says she does. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to work on a hairstyle though. I think it's time for me to get a different hairstyle. Cam says, greeting blessings. Today I went live around what time did you go live? Coach says, blessed live. Blessed says, novelty, blessings, sis. Blessings always. Blessings always. What time did you go live today, Cam? Honestly, today, let me tell you guys, I woke up today I went to bed at 7 a.m. and I woke up at 2 after 2. When I woke up after 2, I don't remember. I think Red told. I don't remember if it was today or yesterday. Red says somebody was on live. I don't remember, but I ended up on somebody's live. Oh yeah, Trini was on live doing his premiere, so I ended up on Trini's live, and then from Trini, I was over by Blessed, and then I was also on Winston because today's his birthday. He was doing big things over there on his thing, having like a party and whatever. So I was over there vibing. I was all over the place today, and I ended up cooking while I was watching lives and stuff like that. All kind of stuff. My days are so short. And then I was like, you know what? I haven't been here in a like a hot minute. I haven't been on here talking and whatever the case is. And I'm trying not to only wait until I have interviews, like you know what I mean, to come up on here. So I'm like, let me come up on here and chit chat with my community, my peoples, because I haven't done that in a hot minute. Sorry, hold on, let me see what I missed. No love that frames your face. Thank you. I love me some short hairstyles. I'm like such a short hair girly ever since I've known myself. And it's so funny because my hair, well, not now, but my whole entire life, I always cut my hair and kept it this long, right? But then when I put on, like, when I did my hair, I put like wear a wig or a weave or something, I would do my hair the same length. And my friends used to be like, what the heck is the point? Why would you get a weave that's the same length as your hair? But I can't manage long hair, especially in the summertime. I don't understand about these Pocahontas walking around with these 40-inch bust downs because it's too hot for that, honey. It is way too hot for that. We ain't doing that. Mm-mm. Let me breathe. Red says she's a vampire. Blessed say, hey coach. 3 p. Oh, hold on. Shoot, I be pressing all kind of stuff. Damn. Okay. 3 p.m. and I was shocked with the engagement. I went over 1K views, 20 new subs. Yes. Yes. Usually my engagements are poor. Is it the timing you think has anything to do with the time? You should clock that, see what time that you went on and stuff like that, and try to continue going on that time. Maybe it could have been the time because so far I've been doing pop-up lives here and there, and I've noticed like certain days are better for me and certain time frames are better for me um than others. And I know for a fact like Thursdays in the evening time is not my best time frame. Like, you know, but if I go a little bit earlier, it tends to work out a little bit more for me. Um love the iShow speed video. Thank you. Thank you. I try to get down into it. I try to put everything I've learned over the years, everything I've taught myself into that video. And it's so funny because the second one, the way I end up editing it wasn't my intention, but it's because I accidentally I was doing so many things all at once that day and I accidentally deleted the original video. Then I had to do it all over again. I was kind of frustrated and I'm just like, you know what? This is what we're going to be doing. um but I was surprised about today. It probably means to YouTube is ready to push you out because even with my videos before, like I would get like a 1 2 views, like you know normally be like me, Reds, Chris up in here, like you know look at 1 2 and then everybody else here and there. But I feel like YouTube is now showing my videos so other people could tap in more often, like you know what I mean. And not only that, but sometimes like when I come off, like I haven't hit the 1K yet, but at least now my videos are in like the 100 views or You know what I mean? On a worst day, sometimes it'll be like maybe a 20 or 30, but that's okay. Those are normally when I go like on for a less time frame, a less time, you know what I'm trying to say. A shorter period of time. There we go. My brain is cooking in now. For when I go for live for a shorter period of time, I'll get like a 20 view. But when I'm doing like my 4 hours and whatever, like the time frame is getting up there. Getting up there. I love the straight hair on you. Really? You know, I really I prefer curly hair. I prefer curly hair. But I realized too with curly hair, certain curly hair styles I do could either make me or break me. And it depends on how I'm wearing it. Because the curly hair can make me look extremely older than I am. Or it could just, do what the straight hair do. Yes, I think so too. 3 p.m. Yeah, so that should be your time that you're clocking in. Um, come off. Dang, why? Let me breathe. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm trying to see the comments, but I keep pressing the thing keeps popping up, interfering. Um, Blessed says, God will blessings. Um, Cam says, it looks natural. God will says, blessed life blessings. Abai says, all right, lady, gotta run. This 5-year-old is 5-year-old. All right, Abai, take care. Thank you for coming through. Cam says, yeah, that's true. Red says, yeah, something is working now. A lot of things, because you know what, I've changed. I've been switching around a lot of things, to be honest, when it comes to the way I operate my channel and stuff like that. I've been switching a lot of things, and I think the most thing that's been helping a lot from my videos is from the moment I decided, like I found a thumbnail that I like, you know what I mean? From the moment that I started applying that, I've noticed a big difference in my channel. Like I've been getting things on the roll, and I've been like, I'm just trying to do better, always trying to do better. But I think that's the main thing, because I noticed with my videos before, they're not getting a lot of views, but when they do get views, they watch for a good amount of time. So I know the problem wasn't the video per se, but it was just to get people to actually click on my videos. That was my problem. So yeah, I had to really go through it and figure out, like, I had to come up with a thumbnail that was really working for me and to go on with it like a self. Yeah, that's true. Um Cam says that's awesome. Yes, so keep going. Um Coach Mean says, that's good. Yes, I love it straight. Thank you, Chris. Peace is her enemy. I'm telling you. 5-year-olds, they won't let you breathe. But they'll get through it. That's the good thing. Yes, I get it. Before my locks, straight hair was my signature look, and curly hair gave me a diva look. I want, when I was in my early 20s, because my uncles and my father was he had locks before I was born. He all had a cane, a rasta cane, and all this stuff. And all my uncles, they have locks. And I think just about everybody I know has locks. And it's so funny because if they didn't start with it, they end up having, like, everybody has locks. My children's father, locks. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? My one of my sisters, locks. I had locks when I was in my early 20s, but it was in like the growing stage, and they were like just this long because I had cut in my hair just to get them. And I remember when I went back home, my cousins used to always say how I looked like a boy. They said I looked like somebody's cute son. All these things they were saying to me, and so I was like, you know what, forget about it. Let me cut them off. But had I had sense back then, all I would have did was just get me a nice, good, proper wig and just wear the wig, or have my hair weaved, because I seen people do that over time, where when they're starting, they braid it back and just weave over it. I should have done that, but no, me and my ignorant self just went and had it taken out. um Cam says definitely. Red says garlic is her enemy. don't don't do that, Red, because I just put local garlic and things in my food with so when I was cooking, okay? So, and you know, what was I was watching a show. It was like a vampire show, and I remember the girl like naturally because you know they always have like the garlic and stuff like that when the vampires are around. That's supposed to keep them out. And the vampire came and she had the clover garlic like all wrapped around her and she's doing this and he was like, "That's just a myth. I have garlic in my food all the time." Red is a myth. We love us some garlic over here. Um, vampire dance. Cam says, I realize even if no one shows up on my live, I have to make sure my deliveries are good because people watch my replays. Exactly. Um, Abide says, Reds, don't make me go shake some garlic at my daughter to see if it works. Cam's laughing. Cam says, oh, so you cut them off? I didn't cut them off. I took them out. It took me like a whole month and a half to take them out. I took it out, and it's so weird because the dreads, like when I had it, it was like this long. When I took it out, when I tell you my hair was long, my hair was so long. I was like, wait, all that did under there? I was like, okay. At least I know next time what to do. But I feel like I've always felt like I wanted to redo it, but I don't know if I have enough patience because you know you could always style up the dreads, you could put curls or whatever, but I don't know if I have patience to do that. Because right now with my own hair, I don't have patience to do all of that. I don't have patience to do all of that nowadays. Maybe back then, yes, but that's my thing now, and I get bored easily. I get bored easily. That's why today you see me with straight, tomorrow you might see me with curls. Depends, like you know, because me, mm-mm. Right. I really love my locks. Yes, because they're so. I love seeing people with you know their locks and stuff like that. Because I feel like it just adds to your natural already. Like you know, and nobody can say nothing but oh that's weave or that's wig or it's like this is all me. But does yours? Do you allow yours to grow really tall? You do plan on making it grow like extremely long? Or do you cut it and to keep it a certain level or like for maintenance or whatever the case is? Because I remember when my daughter was about I think about 2 or something like that. There's a building I used to live at Birchman and Lawrence here in Toronto, and there was a lady that lived there with me. Her locks were so long it went down to her foot back, and every time she always had it wrapped, like you know how you guys wrap it around and stuff with the head tie and whatever, and it'll be like open at the sky. She was so gorgeous, and when she does show her hair, I used to be like, oh my gosh. And I used to always ask like, isn't that heavy upon your head? Like, doesn't that get heavy? Yeah, the natural look. Yes, I love me some natural look. I got the jar of minced garlic and chased her with it. She's still among us. Ah, don't kill me, please. Stop it. I'm just 2 years in. I just want to keep it like 14 inch. Okay. That's it. Okay. Wow. Red said footbug. It's true. That's where it went. That's where it went. And my child's father, his is very long too. His is long but very black and pretty. And his is thick. But he goes about it just fine. And I'm just like, I don't know how you guys do it. I feel like the other day I put on the when I think I came on here, I was complaining about it. I put on when I had my hair. I don't know if it's because I cut my hair very short too, because I never had these problems a day in my life. But ever since I cut my hair, when I put in the braids the other day, it was like the world was on top of my head. Like I was carrying the world. Like the way how it was so heavy. And then I ended up getting a headache for almost like a week. And I kept like I had to take it out. It only lasted for like a couple of days. Only last for a couple of days. So that's another thing I'm afraid of because when it gets long and stuff, like am I gonna have that same reaction? My aunt Frankie has long gray locks. Oh my gosh. I've always said that too. Like I always want to know like what I would look like with gray locks. I did gray hair once upon a time and I loved it. So I'm like, I can't wait till I turn gray. I'm gonna be a hot granny, you know. I'm gonna be a hot granny, hot granny with my gray hair. As soon as my hair turns gray, I'm gonna have all kind of shot hairstyles. Novelty, I just completed a fire font pack. I just put it up in my Buy Me a Coffee digital shop. Yes, I have to go see it. Yeah, mine is too. My belly. That's how long your hair is, Chris. You lie. I have to see it to believe it, Chris. I'm gonna believe that. Layer look. Yes. When you wash your hair, it gets real heavy and forever to dry out. I could imagine. And that's one thing that, like, I don't know if I have time for all of them type of stress, Dana. That's, that's a lot of stress. Her locks drag to the ground, so she braids them into a spiral crown, but her neck is thick, so she can handle it. Cam says, y'all funny. Right? My poor neck not so thick. I might have to gain a couple more pounds and probably end up trying to figure out some way to do lift some weights with my neck to build up the strength, you know, because I don't know about that. I don't know about all of that. Weigh me down. Weigh me down. I wouldn't be able to manage. I would not be able to manage. When you sleep, you can easily wake up with neck pains too. See? See, that's the yeah, see? I'm telling you. That's what I'm afraid of. I should probably trim mine, but wait until it gets to my waist. Why do you have to, oh, because you just want to see how long your hair could grow? Every time I tell myself, I always say, over the years, I've always said, I'm gonna let my hair grow very long because I want to see how long my hair could grow. At some point, I end up cutting it. I always end up cut. The other day, I said I was gonna let my hair grow. I'm not gonna mess with it. And it was growing. It was getting thick and stuff, and then I just chopped it all off one day. But because honestly, I don't know if it's my eating or the things I'm eating or something I'm not eating or if it's old age or whatever the case is. But I started to realize when I chopped off my hair that my hair was just shedding. Like as soon as I do this, like so much hair came out. When I comb it, so much hair came out. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? And my iron is good. So I was like, you know what? Before I go bald or end up regretting it, let me chop it off. Let me chop it off. I remember all that stuff. I'm saying, Chris, take it to the corner. I'm saying, all my kids had one particular thing in common. When they were babies, they love tugging on my locks. I feel like all kids like when it comes to stuff like that, they love it. I think it's like part of their comfort. It's a part of their comfort. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. My daughter, she used to like to my clothes. Like when she's like near me, she'll like twirl her hands in my clothes. I guess because I didn't have no locks or no my hair. Well, my hair is curly, so it wasn't reaching no place. But she always used to twirl around my clothes and stuff. They pulled hard. I would have died. I would have been like, wait, I couldn't manage that. I couldn't manage. You know that like when I was working in the daycare some years back, I remember the kids in the daycare. They were like, how old were these kids? I think these ones were like 3 years old. I think it was. And I remember they used to have like we had a little play area, right, with like the local kitchen and stuff like that. And every day they always want to play with me, right? So it's either we're having cooking class and we're having tea and stuff like that. This one particular day, they wanted to be my hairdresser. And I remembered I was sitting down on the local chair and they're like brushing my hair with their imaginary comb and whatever. And one of the kids decided that they wanted to give me a haircut. I didn't know, right? And they're behind there cutting out heck. And I remember like the next room teacher, she came in and she was more frightened than I am. And I heard her yell, she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, what's happening? And she's like, don't. And she flied over and she like took the scissors from her hand and she like, don't cut her hair. But for me, I was like, it's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this could be the start of a great career for this little child. Make her cut young because I was wearing weave. So I didn't mind. It's fine. I could always just replace the track. Like, make her go on cut. And if it was my real hair, I still wouldn't mind anyways because it would grow back. My hair grows so fast. But I remember that I could get locks easy. My hair likes to match so easy. Honestly, I feel like maybe you need to try to get a good conditioner, you know, Chris. Get a good conditioner. Get a really good conditioner. And if your hair mats quick, you should condition first and then wash and then condition again because my hair the other day, the texture changed. My texture changed a whole lot. And with those changes, like came a whole bunch of other unwanted problems. Like for instance, like I used to be the one to wash my hair and then that's it. I don't have to comb it out or nothing. I just go about my day and my hair never mats or nothing. Now, as soon as I wash my hair, I have to blow dry it and I have to braid it back for a couple of days so it doesn't mat. And I have to keep it braided or something so it doesn't mat, right? And then I started to condition first. I got a conditioner that had good moisturizing properties, and I will condition first and then I would wash my hair and then I'll condition again. And ever since I started doing that, it's been a game changer. So you should try doing that. I built in Diddy Lock Mobile. Babies are strong too. Don't kill me. Red says yeah. I said cut. I'm telling you, homegirl cut. Homegirl was cutting. She was giving me a nice like a hairstyle. I said when them people here see me going home, and back then I was driving, so I didn't really care about people on the bus anyways because the only persons that was gonna see me after the fact is like my children's daycare's teachers, and they already know what it is, so they're no mind. They don't pay me no mind. But even though I was taking the bus, like that's just what it has to be. I'm just happy that back then wasn't times of social media where everybody didn't have their phones and camera like this, just waiting for an opportunity to go viral. Cause ain't no way. I'll give that a try for sure. Yeah, you should. I'm telling you, it worked wonders for me. It worked wonders, and it was so bad. Like the matting was so bad, and it's pain for me. It's very painful, especially when I have to comb it out. Because another thing too that I noticed is my scalp had gotten so tender. So imagine trying to comb out those knots. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised I didn't turn a dread again. I feel like that's where I was heading. Cause it was very painful. But yeah, try it and let me know. Let me know. The baby gave you the John and Kate plus 8 haircut, the Karen special. you know, it's funny because the other day I was watching there was a guy, he was covering the Speed African tour as well. And the way his hair is, like his haircut, he had so many he had a good amount of views. Like he had like I think when I saw it, I think he had something like 5K comments or something like 1K comments, or he had a lot of comments, right? It was in the cage or something. And you know me as a professional comment reader, right? I had to go dig into the comments. So I'm there reading the comments because comments are so funny. Like it's a place to be. So I'm over here reading the comments. Everybody in that comment, every single last person was talking about the man's haircut. Everybody says you need to sue. Nobody mentioned anything about the video, about his content, about what he was talking about. Everybody was just like, you need to sue your barber. Your barber needs to be fired. Everything. And then if it's not somebody directly attacking the barber, it's somebody that's like saying everybody in here is talking about the barber, or something pertaining to the comments of the barber. And I was just like, y'all serious? But it made me realize that to go viral is a heck of a thing because you have to have like an even stronger backbone than what you have. Like, you know what I mean? when it comes time to going viral, because I don't know how I'm gonna handle all those comments that early. Hundreds emo haircut, the mom get out my room special. Honestly, one thing I could say is all the people around me, everybody used to have like really good, decent hairstyles, Everybody used to. That's why sometimes, like, you look back into like the photos from like the 90s and from like the early 2000s, and you see other people's pictures and you're like, dang, what era was this? Nobody around me dressed like this. But it was in the same 1900s. Oh my goodness. That, oh my gosh, that takes me out. That takes me out all the time. Like, have you guys ever looked back on some of your, I don't know if your parents have any pictures or whatever. My parents don't really have too much of like back then pictures. Um, they have like a little one too. Like my dad has like a little mini headshot photo. I'm thinking maybe that was for like a passport or something back then, or I don't know if that's what they use for driver's license, but he has one of those. And my mom has like one picture from nursing. Not much going on back then. But when I look at other people's, I'm just like, whoa, life was so crazy back then. We dressed some ways back then. Um, I bet you were wearing all black too that day. Actually, when I was younger, I never wore as much black, to be honest. I had different in life. I started wearing a lot of black. Honestly, I can't tell you exactly when because it wasn't like a planned thing. I don't even know how I even started wearing so much black, but I think it was like probably like my early 30s or something like that. But I feel like when I was in my 30s, I started wearing a lot of black. Before that, in my teenage years, I used to wear a lot of blue and a lot of green because green was my favorite color, and then somewhere along the line, blue became my favorite color. And then in my early 20s, I wore a lot of red. I love red. I had red hair, red everything. Hey, Pat's Kitchen, good night. Pat says, hey, chat. Yeah, I wore a lot of red. Believe it or not, back in my younger days, when I was a young spring chicken, I used to wear a lot of colors. Hey, Poetic. Poetic says, hi, Novelty. Poetic says, hi, chat. I should have shared a link, I don't know why I keep forgetting that. I used to when I first started out and whatever the case is. But I remember stick to it. The other day he said to me, he's like, you should share the link so people come up with you and whatever the case is. And I was telling him like before when I used to share the link, nobody used it. So I kind of like I didn't stop for that reason, but it didn't become a thing that I thought about when I was why is it that abide? I need to look into the settings. Because I don't understand why it's only you alone whose things are getting hidden. I have to keep pressing show here. Just you one, CM1. Abide, what did you do to YT? Y'all have beef or something we need to know about? Girl, the 80s were the worst for women's fashion. The proof of every sleeve and button parts of a dress. I'm telling you, and I don't know what I've been doing my whole entire existence. This morning when I was up, I came across a channel and it's showing like I don't know if these shows are from like if one of them was like Benson's and then there's I think it's called Life Lately or something like that. Or I don't remember something like that, but these like old shows from way back when, and then with the dress code and everything. And I was like, dang, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that they're so funny. I'm like, what have I been doing all these years? Like I've really been living underneath a rock. But yeah, I was saying, I'm gonna get back to that till when I come on live. But I think a lot of times, like today, when I do decide to come on live, it's mostly me just doing pop-up lives. I'm just like, let me just pop on here for a hot minute. So I don't remember at the time to share a link. Before when I was coming on with intention where I planned to come on this time and whatever, I would remember, like, But I'm gonna try doing that again and whatever the case is, try to do that. So and y'all want to come up and say hello, y'all can. Let's not talk about the 80s. Rez, you have something to hide from way back in the 80s? Let us hear it. Let us hear it. Red says, hey, Pat, I need to hear what was going on back in the 80s. Rez, let us know what was happening back in the days when you were black in the days. Come on, make we hear it. We're waiting. Chat, aren't you guys all waiting? Aren't y'all waiting? Abai says, Chris, we thought we were too cute and weren't the 80s of it all. Red said felt shirts. Pat says, hey, Reds. Oh my god, right? Oh my god. You know, for me, I think the era that really like was like the early 90s when everybody was wearing like all when colors just combined. When a jacket was like red, pink, purple, orange, blue, all these different colors, and then that was like the ish. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was the flavor. Chris says 80s. LOL won't convince me. I love everything 80s. See? Novelty. It's a pleasure being here. Have to run. Thank you so much, Godwill, for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful night, day, evening, and whatever time frame it is where you are. Have a great one. Red says 8 ball jackets. Oh yes, I remember those. Oh my gosh. Yes, 90s fashion ate down, right? Red says God will bless up. And God will said thank you. You're ever so welcome. Red says God will roll your belly. Don't make me laugh. You always tell people roll them belly. He says Red, stop it. Poetic says see you later, God will. Red is dying of laughter. Don't kill me. Yeah, you know, I've been trying to find some old hairstyles from the 90s. I want to take it back okay, so I feel like I'm reliving back in time because I don't know about you guys, but when you guys were younger, right? Have you ever seen the older people that was reliving back in time? Like I remember in the 90s, there were like, you know, the older people, some of the older men and stuff that was living way back in like the times when people were wearing like cowboy hats and the cowboy boots, you know, when they had that jump off. And I used to be like, dang, the era is over and done with. I understand you old now, but let it go. Like, you know. But now that I'm grown, all I want to do is go back to the 90s and recreate my dress code from there. Like and I know there's gonna be some young child or somebody in the, you know, that's gonna be looking at me and be like, come on, lady, let it go. Like we're not in the 90s anymore. Although a lot of the fashion from the 90s and even from the 80s now in the 2000s is recycling. I've been seeing and noticing that. Um Red says, okay, carry on. Red says, poetic, I'm watching you. Cheers, queen. Poetic says, I'm speaking to God. Red Room says, that woman can sang novelty. I know. I've been rolling with Poetic for a long time. And I've been on her channel with her singing and all these type of stuff. I used to, oh my gosh. Let her tell you. I'll be replaying her singing all the time. 90s was a what? Aquanet hair spray bangs in the air. My sister was personally responsible for killing the ozone. Right? They used to use a lot of hairspray back then. Oh my god. There was a show. There was a show. There was a show. I don't remember what the show was. But I remember like they went to a party and they're all sitting down on the couch and they all had the jerry curls, the men, and they took out their hairspray and they were just like vibing. And then when they got up off the chair, their hair print made a shadow for them, like a permanent shadow on the hair couch. I said, heck to the no. Y'all will have to come back and clean that mess up, cause ain't no freaking way. Like, I can see why they banned it, you know, or at least why they stopped doing it. But trust me, hairspray was probably making a killing back then. Pat says, hey, bless. Red says, the rock and roll era was the wildest. Yes. Pat is giving up hearts. Blessing is giving back hearts to Pat. Poetic is giving up hearts. Voice box on that woman. I'm telling you. Blessed life from Reds. Blessed said Reds bro. Abide says coming to America. Was that it? Yes, I don't remember. Yeah. I just remember they were sitting down spraying, spraying. When they get up, I was like, what the heck? Thank you. I couldn't remember the show, but I just vividly remember just that scene, just that one scene. And I was like, ain't no freaking way. Ain't no way. But I swear, like, the shows back then were hilarious. I remember there was even, was it this? I think it was Boys in the Hood or something. When they're going to the party, they jump in the car, hyping it all up, and then as soon as they got in the car, as soon as they pull off, they stop and they're like, "All right, man, let's go." And I was like, "Wait a darn minute!" And then when the camera zooms out, they were like next. They're like one door down. I think it was either one door down, one house down, or they were like literally right next door. I said, "Ain't no freaking way." But I feel like in the '90s, that was like a good representation because I feel like in the '90s, for some reason, people never really liked to walk as much. People that had cars didn't like to walk, and they would drive everywhere. Because I had a friend. Well, no, I had a boyfriend and he drove, right? And he would be going to the store, and the store would literally be like 5 houses down. And he'll jump in the car, and I'm like, "Why do you need to drive?" And he'll be like, "I'm going to the store." And he'll go to the store and he'll buy like one little item. And I'm like, your ass could have just walked from your house to the store with the one little piece of item. It's not like you're going big, big grocery shopping, which I would understand. Like, like everywhere you have to drive. Everywhere they had to drive. And I'm just like, it was a good representation. It's my mom's favorite movie, and yeah, that spray was Jerry Curl Juice Avid. Do you remember the Jerry Curls era? My mom was a part of the Jerry Curls era, and she would not go without Jerry Curls. Like she had to always go and do a little activator and stuff like that and do her thing. I was just like, what the heck? Like, it's so funny like how we go through these different phases of fashion, like and some of them I don't mind it because some of the fashions over the years was trending. It was on par, but there are some that was very questionable, and I'm just like, so the whole nobody in that whole entire society, nobody nobody never have no real style. Nobody couldn't come up and say, yo, what is this? We ain't doing that. They call it a Gina curl now, and it's back. Really? I have to look at that. I have to look at that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been saying, I wanted to try look at Jerry curls. I want to try look at Jerry curls. I want to see what that's all about. But I think mostly because I feel if I do Jerry curls, it's much more better than if I perm my hair, because it will do better when I do like my short hairstyles. Cause yes, I'm growing back my hair, but I still want to do just short. I love just short. I don't know. It just gives me a little, a little finesse, a little something, something, something. So I want to do the little short hairstyles, and especially as I get older, I want to be like a short hair girly for like as long as I possibly can. For as long as I possibly can, let me be a short hair girly. Why the heck not? Then you have to line the whole back of the couch with I'm hoping that by this time, and after like going through history, having some experiences, seeing what was what, I'm kind of hoping that they came up with something better, something that's not going to affect your couch, your bed sheets, or I might have to get a pillowcase just for when I have my jerry curls. You know, everyone's laughing, but it's true. Yep, they can't fool me. I know the small. I know the smell of activator. Jerry or Gina, same chick, same drip. Bye, you're taking me out. Not the same trip. No, don't kill me. Don't kill me. It's always fascinating. Then it's always fascinating how like they recreate styles from time to time from different eras, and on different time frames on the timeline, and then they rename it and make it seem like, yes, this is a brand new idea. It's like, no honey. They make it seem like all the people from that era is now like gone, like, you know what I mean? And even so, we know history. We know history. We know where you got that from. We know where you got that from. Like when they were trying to rename highlighting your lips, like You know how long? Do you know how long certain margins of people's been doing this for? Do you know how long? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't rename what already was named, okay? We're not doing that in these times. But trust me, so many things coming back though, I don't mind. I wish they would bring back some overalls and some overall dresses. I want that to be a thing. The other day I was thinking, I was like, I should allow my vendor, or maybe when I kick back up, because I have my vendor that creates like clothing for me for my business stuff. He's just too dear, and for me to go with him, I have to make like my business a high end type of business. But hands down, his quality is great. But I'm thinking, because I want to have some jeans overalls. I want to have some jeans overall dresses. I miss that. Talking about some Gina curls, strong side eye. Yes, like Instapot is just a pressure cooker fool. Or air fryer is a convection oven. They both been around over 50 years, right? But I said, Chris, yes. Crock pot period. I'm telling you. No, it's they wish that we forgotten. Don't. Oh my goodness. They wish we forgot. We ain't forgetting. We ain't forgetting. And we gonna teach it to our children too. So they later on when we pass on, they could bring it up and let you know, like, my mama said. Jerry Curls was the original. Jerry Curls was the original. These were the original things. But I guess like in a sense, I guess for the people that's recreating, it's very smart on their part because they already know what works. And I think the sad thing about it is too, a lot of these brands that we were exposed to that we knew about way back in the days, they either went out of business or they stopped, like, putting out products or whatever. So it gives other people that space where they feel like, okay, I could just swoop in and take over this and just add a local name to it. Like, you know what I mean? Just like hmm, what do you call it? What's the thermal that replaced the tumblers? The ones that came out that everybody has one of. You know how long those been out? They've been out for such a long time. They were being sold in Walmart. They were being sold in places you'll never think to look. They were just there for a long time. And then here comes two little influencers that says, yo, partner up with us. Like, let we push this content and look at it now. And on top of it, before it was probably like $5 for it. Now they're selling it for an arm and a leg. Like sometimes that's all it takes. So rebranding, I look at rebranding. But I have to search because I don't recall seeing much people anyways that's be rocking Jerry curls. And maybe they do, but they don't let us know because everybody wants to have nice curls and a certain type of hair texture. So even if they did, they won't let us know. They won't be like, this is Jerry curls or Gina curls. No, we don't matter. We are boomers. They know everything. Right? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. But I'm here thinking every day I'm like, okay, what can I rebrand? What can I go back in time and rebrand? What can I go back and rebrand? I'm thinking about it. I need to. And honestly, like in the 90s, we had so much good things. We had so much good thing. Maybe I should make some like jumping jacks earrings or some slingshot earrings or some or the slingy earrings. Something, something 90s. That I don't see no more. I feel like these will go popular. Um, hey, adventure, what's going on? My son come talking about they used to do XYZ back in the day. I said, son, me and your dad lived it. It's not revolutionary to us. Me and my husband were rolling at his discovery. It's funny because my daughter does that too. Especially when she comes and she's playing a song from like back in the 90s and she had the audacity to come talk about, mom, what you know about that? Excuse me? Excuse you? Excuse you? 90s is a time when music was popping, okay? Everybody and their mama, every block had music always popping. I remember our 90s were live. We always had our local barbecues on the outskirts. Like, everyone was going to like a basement party or like a barbecue in the summertime. So we know pretty much what's going on with the music. You come over here, but what do you know about that? Excuse you. Take several seats, okay? She was created to that song. Girl. I can't manage. I'm saying, like, what you know? The disrespect, the audacity, all time high. Hello? What you mean? No, but that always gets me. That always gets me. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like, makes you really wonder like how the parents from back then felt when the kids were always correcting them about something or telling them about something. Like, now we know that they already knew. LOL, kids think they discover everything. It's funny. I'm saying like Christopher Columbus, right? Oh my gosh. All the time. All the time. And they have the most. Right, so it's so true. I remember, it used to get to me when I was younger. When I had my son, I forever tell you guys stories about my son because he was like the one that I'd have to question. But I remember every time I remember like one time he was jumping on the chair and I said to him, boy, stop jumping on that chair. And he was like, he had the audacity to correct me, but he came off and he's like, and it's not a chair, it's a couch. Like they always want to correct you about something. You hear about this thing called toilet paper. What you mean you know? What you know about toilet paper? I can't, right? Girl, I realized they're playing the songs from high school on the oldie station now. I'm telling you, honestly, for me, I don't listen to nothing about old songs. Like when someone's asking about some new songs, some up to date songs, I'm like, who? What? I don't know that. I don't know that song. I don't know that person. Cause whenever I do touch base on music, I go back in the days, way, way back in the days. I have to go way, way back. To when we're throwing it back and forth. I have to go back there. I need to go back there. When we're there arguing about the boy being ours, like we need to go back. I have time for these new age music, and don't get me wrong, there are some good songs, like here and there that I will catch. But in whole, I don't ever be listening to new age songs. I don't listen to new age songs. I need to start listening to the radio because I know the radio is always good for it. But I can't tell the last time I listened to radio. I remember it used to be what was it, Red? Was it 93.5 or something like that? Was that what Flow was? It used to be Flow, and I think if I don't mistake, I think what was it? Kiss something. It was called Kiss something, the station. I don't They probably still have it, but I don't listen to it anymore. But I remember like that used to be my go-to. Like when I didn't have no CD players or anything to listen to or whatever, I'll just tap into the radio station on my way to work or like while I'm going to school and just jam to it. Kiss FM, yes. Yes. They be playing some good stuff on there. Cause that used to be my go-to. Like if 93 if Flow start to play a song that I wasn't really feeling, I'll just go to Kiss. And if Kiss is vibing over there until when they start playing a song I don't like, I go back to Flow. I just go back and forth, back and forth. 98.7, G 98.7. What's that? What is that? I don't think I know about no G 98.7. I know 93.5. Or was that the channel for what was G 98.7? I don't recall hearing that channel. I can't do it. The last time I turned on the radio, they were talking about eating. I can't. Groceries, I turned it off and haven't turned it back on. Girl, what station were you programmed on? What station were you programmed on? Where you get all that excitement? What the heck, girl? I would have ran. I've been so traumatized. I would have been so traumatized. OMG, that was the black station. No, it was 93.5. Maybe they switched it over to 98 or something. I don't remember. I don't remember no 98.7 G. I don't remember that. Y'all remember that? Everybody else? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I remember 93.5. That was my channel. That was my go-to. And yeah, the Kiss. That was it. 93 was a black channel. That was a black channel. Flow took G over and now it's Flow. Is that how it went? Oh, either way, all I remember is they had good music. They had good music, and the music was going in with itself. The music was going in with itself because me, I'm a girl. I think even up to, I think that's one thing that's never changed about me, to be honest. If y'all ever see me on the street and there's music playing, mind your business, because I'm the type of person in the midst of everything and anyone. I can't speak in front of people. I get nervous and anxious, but for some reason, I will dance in front of any and anybody. I be dancing wherever I'm at. I'll be at the bus stop dancing. Wherever I'm at, I'm gonna as long as the music's good, I'm gonna be getting down in my little space. I remember it was Amarion and who the heck is that? Who the heck is those last people? Hen Ako? Heniko? Jeniko? Jeniko? Why am I more I say it sounds a little familiar. Kiss was 98.7. Okay, so that's it then. I don't remember what the channel was. I just remember when I'm like, you read Kiss 98.5. I just remember that. I remember you guys remember back in the days when like the radio stations would have like, you have to call in to try to win something or whatever the case is. I don't remember if it was Kiss or if it was Flow, but I remember there was something that they were giving away. And I was on my way to work and I was like, oh, let me call. I was like, let me call and try to win it. And I remember I was on the phone for the longest of time and they would play like a little skit of something and you have to try to guess what it is. And I remember like just before like I got to work, when I had to work, that's when it was my turn and I had to hang up the phone. I was so mad. I yelled, Jesus, like a Jamaican auntie. Remember the Walkmans in the 90s? Man, I had so much of them. Hey, Mama. You brought my cheesecake?
No, Mom, I'm coming from work.
I didn't know. I thought you were going to go straight there. So then why you
I went straight here? What time do you think it is?
So then why you make me send you the money for the cheesecake? That's why I sent you the money for the cheesecake.
So how am I supposed to paint with no paintbrushes?
Girl, I thought Calvin was going. He don't have.
But where is he supposed to get paintbrushes from?
Don't you? Okay, never mind. We'll talk later. Not y'all hearing my squabble with my daughter. She was supposed to go to paint night, and I was supposed to get my cheesecake. She's popping up here. I didn't know she was at work this whole time. But yeah, as I was saying, I had me so much different Walkmans. I had a green one because, like I said, green was my color back then. I had a blue one. I think I also had a yellow one. I had that, and I also had the Discman. Remember the Discman? Oh my gosh, I had I had the Discman, and because my brother and his little friends were DJs back then, so I always had them making me CDs and cassettes. And for me, there was, you know, you guys remember like there's always like that one song from the 90s that you just really stuck to. And it's that one song that put like the dents in your cassette. So every time it gets to the after some time, like, or even the CD, like after it gets to that point, you have to either like you have to like wind it over to continue playing the other songs, or for the CD, you have to skip that section for it to keep playing because it just keeps scratching up. Oh my gosh, the good old days. Oh, I guess Kiss depends on where you live, what frequency. Okay. CDs and this. I'm telling you, we had some good days. Like, oh my god, I'm so sad that kids don't even know nothing about that. Bun and cheese, bun cheese, bun cheesecake. Hold on. Yes, I had the yellow Walkman with the foam covered headphones, the Janet Jackson Control album till it popped. I still have some. I still have some CDs, and I still had. Well, I don't know if I have cassettes from. I think I have a few cassettes from way back then. I don't have them to play it on, but I still have them. Mine was yellow and waterproof. Mine was waterproof too. And I come to think, because I had all these things and I got it on my own, but I don't even remember what job I had when I got all these. Girl, when this man came, it was over. Mixtape queen, right? And remember, like back then too, they used to have the baddest mixtapes. Oh my gosh, yes, those days. Nintendo. Oh my gosh, Nintendo was my thing. That was like the first game. Nintendo and Street Fighters. Nintendo, Mario World was my thing, and Street Fighters. I love me some Street Fighters. With Scorpio and the get over here. And the Hadouken. Mm. Oh my gosh. I still have the original Nintendo with the Power and Pad and the Pew Pew for Duck Hunt. Oh my gosh, I remember Duck Hunt. I remember I was addicted to Duck Hunt because I loved, oh my god, I remember that game with all of the games. My mom saved it. All my kids play with it now. Oh, I'm so jealous. I am so jealous. Hi. Okay. I'm so jealous. That used to be my game. That used to be my game. Yeah, hi, you get. Was that what he said? I used to always say, hi, you can. That's what I used to hear at least. That's what I used to hear. But I used to love Street Fighter. It used to be me because I had an older brother, right? He was like the only boy in the house. And half the time, because my eldest sister never lived with us, and the other sister, my other oldest sister, she lived with us, but she was mostly like she did hair and she was always outside with her friends and stuff like that. So she didn't really utilize the TV as much. So it was mostly my brother. My brother occupied the heck out of the TV. So me and my younger sister, we didn't really get to watch the TV. We had to watch what he wanted to watch. And if we were watching something and he just came in, he'd be like, all right, that's enough. My show is on. It used to take us off. But over time, we start to get into the things he got into. Because he watched a lot of wrestling. He played a lot of Nintendo, a lot of Street Fighters. And then soon we'll be playing with him. I think we became like more of his little brothers than his little sisters. Cause we be having like WWF in our mama's living room when she's not home. And he used to be like, hurry up and put back everything. When to get to the house bus. Like we'd be trying to scum to put things back exactly how we seen it. Oh my god. Adventure Boss does that sound well while gaming. He does a lot of sounds well. He's very animated. He's very, very animated. He's very, very animated. He's very, very animated. I used to tell him before I started YouTube, I used to always tell him like, when I start my YouTube, you gotta be like the my sound effects. You gotta be like my sound, because you guys remember back then when people used to beatbox and stuff like that, and a lot of the beatboxers, like, they could change up their sound and their voice and they could sound like things. Adventure Boss is like that. He could sound like things. It's true. Why are you laughing? Still got the original Super Nintendo, the Sega. Oh my gosh, Sega Genesis and the Sega Sat. Well, I don't know about the Sega Saturn, to be honest. What about music/songs? You mean songs from back in the 90s? Let's see. Okay, so my song from back in the 90s was Tevin Campbell. I love me some Tevin Campbell, brown eyed girls. I was about to say brown eyed boys, but that's how I mix it when I'm singing. But brown eyed girls, Whitney Houston, and I remember we had the Brandy versus Monica era, because everybody was tag teamed. Everybody was either Team Monica or Team Brandy. You guys remember that? When everybody was trying to figure out who the boy really belonged to. And for me back then, there was no boy, but I don't know what the big the big sided thing was about. But you know what I respect about those times though? Even though like stuff like that with Brandy and Monica and that whole thing with the boys' mind thing, what people created like a opposition towards. But we never picked sides, or we never like said write off Brandy or write off Monica. Like, everybody still listens to the music, everybody still listens to Brandy and Monica, but we just knew like it was Team Monica or Team Brandy. Whereas now it's like, you can't like this artist or you can't like that artist, or you're gonna be an enemy or stuff like that. Like times change so much. Spice Girls, Destiny. Ooh, I love some Spice Girls. I love Scary Spice. And dang, what was all the Spice Girls? There was Scary Spice, Sporty Spice. Um, um, what was who else was there? Scary Spice, Sporty Spice. Um, dang, I can't remember the other two. I can't remember the other two. And Destiny Child was a big thing, like the original Destiny Childs, the original ones. I feel like the ones that came after that wasn't really my cup of tea, you know. But the original ones, that was the. And honestly, when the original Destiny Childs was about the plays, I didn't really know who Beyonce was, to be honest. Like you just knew she was a part of the group, but you didn't really know her like that. You didn't really know her like that. Destiny Child, The Boy Is Mine was my my junior high era. Spice Girl, no doubt, was a no doubt. And we had so much boy bands. There was so much boys bands that I really really loved from back then. Um shoot. I love Boys to Men. Boys to Men. I love Backstreet Boys. I love NSYNC. Um No doubt, yeah. 112. Yeah, remember 112? Room 112 with the players drum. And Bone Thugs and Harmony. That was my group. Um oh my gosh, like there's so many groups and people from back then that I absolutely love. So many. Oh my gosh, yes. Donald Jones, oh my gosh, like honestly, we were so blessed. We had so many. I'm a Texas native, so Destiny Child was huge, but before them, it was Selena. Yeah, I love me some Selena. I love me some Selena. Back then, I just love music. I love me some Selena. I like it was so sad that she had to go so soon and whatever the case is, but big up Selena one time. Destiny Child, I feel, was huge everywhere, but it's just like when Destiny Child, because they're all equally so good. So I realized like you didn't really have too much of a focus on one person. For me, at least, in my perspective, because back then to me, it was just Destiny Child. Like, it wasn't Beyonce, it wasn't Latavia, it wasn't Kelly. Like, you know what I mean? It was just Destiny's Child. That's all you just knew them as. Hannah Montana. Yes. My daughter, she loved her some Hannah Montana. Them chopped and screwed. I'm hearing some of these songs as an adult and realizing I have only heard the chops and screwed. Yes, you guys ever notice that? Like, like when you re-listen to the songs, that and it's so weird because I remember when I was younger, when I listened to my music or whatever the case is, I wasn't allowed to listen to music in my house. So I always had my headphone, my Discman, and my Walkman and stuff like that. But I remember my mom used to always complain about the songs, right? And I used to be like, what you talking about? Like, there's nothing bad about the song. Like, you know what I mean? What do you mean? Like, I used to think like she's such a hater. Like, like you hating on the song. You just want me to listen to music. But now that I get older and I listen, I hear the words and I hear what we're reciting and repeating and going on about. I'm like, dang. Maybe other people heard it, but me, I never really hear like I've never really heard the words. And a lot of times when I sing back a song, a lot of people will be like, "What are you singing?" I'll be like, "I'm singing this song." Like, you know the song, and be like, "That's not what they say." I'm that person, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Maybe not. Who knows? But now that I'm older, when I hear the songs, I'm like, "Dang, some of our music was quite slock." It was quite slock. Yes. Ooh, and who else? There's a group. Casey and JoJo. Casey and JoJo, and Cisco and his group. Y'all remember Cisco and his group? Oh my gosh! Every time I would play it on the TV, I used to play it on the TV and be pretending like I'm in the audience, and I'll be like reaching out. I'll be like reaching out. And I remember with BET, and they used to have like the music videos and stuff like that. I used to come home every day to watch BET just to turn on the BET so I could like practice, and I could memorize the dance moves, and then I'll go back to school the next day. And we used to be able to play music. We used to, well, I don't know if we were allowed to, but we used to play. There was a little section in our locker area when we were in school, and we all used to be like playing music there. We would like get down and stuff. Oh my gosh, or outside. Take me back. I was an adult when Hannah Montana came out off at college. By then, Usher was making his big comeback. Little John was screaming, "Yeah, oh yes, yes," because Usher, they came out. Yeah, that's when they came up with like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." That jam right there when they're in the club and whatever the case is. Drew Hill, Nokia, and his neck tattoo had me weak. Forget Cisco. No, for me, it was all about Cisco. I love me some Cisco. I love me some Cisco. When I sit in park with Bow Wow. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. I remember there was one episode where Bow Wow, they were asking him about like his experience and stuff like that, and when he's on stage and stuff. And I remember poor little Bow Wow was saying how he got traumatized because every time he performs, like the females would be throwing their undergarments and stuff at him. And I'm like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I would have to come pick these up off my stage. Hey Melissa, how are you? We're just here having a random chats. Right now we're talking about the 90s and the music, and we're talking about Nintendo, Sega Genesis. We're talking, but right now we're kind of on the music part, the music aspect of the 90s and the good music that they had back then, and some of the groups that we could recall from back then. Do you have any groups or any favorite artists from the 90s that you liked? For me was Free and AJ. Bow Wow came afterwards. Yes, Free and AJ did thing. I don't know. And Sita, you remember Sita? Sita's World. That was my first AI occurrence. um, and In Sync, yes, yes. I love In Sync. I love taking gospel. Mary was a good group. Mary was a good group. It was them, and then with Kirk Franklin, right? Mm-hmm. 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 Who else was there from back then that I really like? Y'all remember Genuine? Oh my gosh. So y'all remember Genuine and D'Angelo. Let's I don't know how D'Angelo's go keeping up nowadays, but I remember Genuine. So Genuine, we used to always, like, me, every time I talked about him, I used to always say Genufine. So when I addressed him to my friends, I'll be like Genufine, right? So I remember back then, remember when he did that video, he had his shirt, no, that D'Angelo had his shirt off too, and Genuine always has his shirt off, and he was doing his thing, his video, whatever. So the other day, I think it was like last year or something, I was seeing a performance. I was seeing a performance of the mature Genuine, and he was performing Pony. I almost fell over. I said, "This is not what I remember." Who told you to do this? Why didn't it make you wrap up in shape before you came out on the people on stage, embarrassing everybody? Like, over here, we're trying to, recite the good memories of you back then, and here you come unraveling everything, sir. Hold on, I miss Little Kim, Missy Elliott. I feel like because Missy Elliott, she got sick. She got sick, and that's why she cut down on music and whatever. She stopped doing music. But I feel if it wasn't for her sickness, I feel like up until today, right now, she would have still been taking over everything. Cause Missy Elliott, like, her music is always up to the time. It never gets old. I love Missy, like, her vision, her creativity. Oh my gosh. I love me some Missy. Oh gosh, Miss Cedar's World. Yeah. She was so loud. I remember I used to always think that like Cedar's so loud and so brawling. Like Cedar's World. Yeah, big baby. But I loved it at the same time. Birdman. Oh yes, and Little Wayne and I think he just died. Who? Genuine or D'Angelo? Because I think those are the last people I'm talking about. Neo. Neo. Ne- I love me some Neo. I love me some Neo. D'Angelo. Oh, really? I have to look that up. Oh my gosh. Rest in peace, if so be the case. I'm gonna look that up before I even start. Oh my goodness. Timberland. 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 Remember anybody that was in music, most majority, everybody had a Timberland beat. Because Timberland was just the thing. Timberland be the man. Oh my gosh. And Magoo. What happened to him? And Shauna. I don't remember who Shauna is. But Magoo, I remember. Up jumps and boogie. Yes. Love to love ya. Mm-hmm. That's the show, not hard. Girl, Genuine was sweating, breathing heavy, stopping and rest. I said, whose grandpa is ex? You seen it, right? So I'm not being rude. He was, especially when he wanted he go down and like he couldn't get back up, and I'm just like, sir, you're past your prime. Time for retire. Like, who told you? I feel like even if he wanted to come back and he wanted to like do his sing his song or whatever the case is, they should have made it age appropriate. So they should have made it so he was able to like do a little 1-2 move around and not do too much, because you can't do too much. Lucky if somebody told me to do something, you're not gonna make me embarrass myself. No. What happened to her these days? I don't know. Patra, um Patra, I don't remember. I remember looking up on Patra and seeing what was happening, but I don't remember what she was doing. I don't remember what she was doing. But I think she was doing good if I'm not mistaken. I think she was doing good. I don't remember. I was watching a documentary of it, and she looks good. She looks, at least when I seen her, I think it was last year or something or the year before. She looked good. Remember hits from the streets. I don't remember those ones. I have to know a song. Chris Brown. Chris Brown is still popping. And how we forget, I didn't see nobody talk about no Michael Jackson. No Michael Jackson, no Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey. I like Mariah before she started to scream. I think Magoo died. All three of the group starting out. Dang. He was trying to body roll and it was giving couch and bear. I said, oh no, yeah, because he got out of shape. He got out of shape. I was like, wow. Wow. For me, I would need, like, if I knew, like, okay, I have to perform on a stage in front of all peoples and I know they're expecting this here and I know this is what I'm bringing over here, I am making sure I work night and day. I'm going to the gym. I'm getting a trainer. I'm pulling myself together before I go up on that stage. I'm putting in the heavy duty lifting because ain't no freaking way. What you mean? Ain't no way. Hits from the Streets, the video host that came on right after Cedar's World. To be honest with you, like, I feel like, I don't remember who came on after Cedar. I do remember after what do you call it, AJ and Free, after they came on, I remember I didn't really watch it too. It was AJ and Free that made it what it was. Like, you know what I mean? It was like their energy that had me connected and their vibe and stuff like that. But I remember reading something where I think they said that they wanted to get rid of Free or something like that, and AJ was like, I don't. Pardon? Oh, are you going to? Where are you going? Are you coming back after or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Isn't he coming over tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, see ya. Have fun.
Does she already know what you want?
Yeah, I already told her to put it up.
You just have to pay it.
Yeah, you just have to pay it.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye, Mama.
Bye, Shiloh.
Sorry, I forgot where I was going. I'll be interacting with my kids, okay? So, y'all don't mind me. She's gonna paint night now. She came back from work. Google, you will remember. Yeah, I'll Google it after. It was nice being here. Bye, Novelty. Love the vibe. Thank you, Pat Kitchen. Thank you so much for coming and vibing with me. Have a good one. Free looks like she's Asian in reverse. She still looks amazing. I need to go look her up and see. Because I remember trying to look her up and stuff like that. And I think I just end up seeing like the history of what happened to them. Because I was trying to figure like what happened to 106 in Park. Like, why did they stop? Like, they were so good. But I think I remember seeing, I don't want to, don't quote me on this. I don't want to, you know, but I think it was something about like, I think Free, I don't remember if it was age, one of their contracts I think had expired and they didn't really want to bring them back on. And the other one was like, well, if they go, I go too. You know? I love that type of loyalty. Cause hey, and no, yeah. But I'm hoping like when I get up in my good old age, I want to age at fair. You know who ages like fine wine? Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige ages like fine wine. Y'all know how I feel about Mary J. Blige. I love me some Mary J. Blige. Like when I was growing up, I never dressed like MJ. But she was always like my fashion icon. My like you know what I mean? Like she was like the one person I was like yes, this is who I want to be. Like everything about Mary J. Blige was given. Like, you know what I mean? Like her dress code was always so classy and on point. Like she was setting trends. Her and Little Kim setting trends. And then later on, like Beyonce when she started to step out and whatever, like I'm telling you, take me back to those days. I need to go way back. I need to go way back to those. Way, way, way back to those. Forget a Pinterest board. You people need to go back in time and check out the celebrities that we had popping up on site. Mary J. Blige just looks so over it. It's been long and a lot's been going on. A lot's been going on. And you know it's so weird because you know like especially now that we're older and stuff like that. Like I used to always think like everything was so good in the industry and stuff. Especially if, oh, you guys remember Foxy Brown? She just popped in my mind. Foxy Brown. I love me some Foxy, but I feel like now, especially that we're old and Ja Rule. But yeah, they're all popping in now. But you know that we're older and stuff, and you start to hear all the stuff that was going on in the industry and whatever the case is. Like I'll be over it too. Hey Allison, I don't even think she smiles. Do you know I haven't? Let me. She. I have to go look back on stuff because I follow her on Facebook, but it's only because I haven't like I don't really go over there as much. So much music is in those times. Yes, a lot of music. Even the one hit wonders were amazing. Even the one hit wonders. Like now in these times, there's some music you wish was one hit wonder. We're just like, how are you still surviving? Like, what is carrying you? Because it's not your music. Ashanti aged well too. She ages very well. I feel like she still looks the exact same. I think she looks the exact same. Yes, now that we know, I'm like poor thing. Exactly. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Honestly, like I feel like in another lifetime, I don't feel like I could ever pick up myself and say I'm gonna be like a celebrity or an artist or something like that because they had to go through too much for me, and I feel like maybe that's why there was like one hit wonders because the one hit wonders were probably the ones that said we ain't about this life, we ain't doing all of that. Mm-mm. And then that was just it for them, like you know what I mean. And I guess that's kind of like a good thing now that there's YouTube and stuff like social media is so like you know what I mean widespread, because I don't know if you still would have to go through all of that drama and stuff like that, but at least like you have a chance to build your own audience and all that stuff. Because a lot of people nowadays, they're being discovered from like TikTok. You know what I mean? From YouTube, which is really nice. So people see you first, and then I guess you have more of a chance. But I couldn't do all of that. I'm sorry, I couldn't. These new people don't need the machine these days. The growth of socials, YouTube, etc. I'm telling you, they don't. They don't. But then, like, there's still so much that you have to go through. Cause I feel like you have to do like the industry drama. Like, you know what I mean? You have to do the industry drama. When it's not industry, it's like backlash from like people. And I personally don't feel like I could live in the limelight like that, where everything for me is on front page. Like, I don't feel like my whole lifestyle should be on City Plus News. I don't feel like it should be, because want to my privacy. What happened to my privacy? I want to go buy coffee without a camera taking shots of me. And especially me, because sometimes me get up and I just throw my hair wherever and I just go. Like, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, I might be bigger than the Kardashians because they be posting something. Look at how she look every 5 seconds. Why she leave her house like that? We caught Novelty going to the gas station. She looks like she ain't got nowhere to go. That would be my headline all the time. I can't do all of that. That was one of the things that I was always afraid for, like before, like when it comes to like, coming on camera and stuff like that. Because I always prefer to be the backstage, doing everything from behind the scenes and whatever. Because I was just like, what if I blow up? What happened to my personal space? I might have to move to like somewhere deserted and just put up my own camera so when people are coming, I know. That's the only way I feel like I'll get privacy. Because ain't no way. These kids these days ain't taking nobody's toxicity. Though, not at work, not to be a celebrity, nothing. That's true. That's very true. That's very true. But I also, like, from what I've been seeing, they're not taking it, but some of these kids these days are toxic themselves. They're toxic themselves. I've seen a pop-up of these, I think, if I don't mistake, I think it was three girls, and this grown woman, she was shopping, and I believe they said like it started, I think she went to like something like the dollar store first or something like that. She went to a store and then she ended up in another store, and the kids, they followed her taking videos and like basically like poking at her, like not with their hands, but you know what I mean, like with whatever they're saying and being disrespectful and stuff like that. And I see a lot of that. Or the kids that feel like they need to go drag off people's wig off their heads, or they're slapping them. I remember, like, was it last year, the year before, there was these kids going around boxing up the people them in their face, and that was supposed to be entertaining and a joke. I can't imagine someone, I'll be walking by my business, will just give me a slap in my face. Man, you would have got a nice big stone in your neck back. I'm sorry. Because ain't no way, we ain't going down like that. We ain't going down like that. I'm sorry. Yeah, kids these days are very toxic themselves. Like, you know what I mean? And I find like kids these days, like, they want to overpower, not all of them, but a lot of them, they want to overpower the adults. They come into work with fidgets to help with their anxiety, dogs for emotional support, the therapist via text, etc. Well, they're gonna need it. And on top of it too, like, sometimes too, you can't even blame the parents, because like, and it's the parents from our generation that's creating these kids these days. And it's like, I don't understand, but I think, you know what it is, because from back in our days, we were the kids that basically raised ourselves, when you really think about it. Like, there was some of us that had really good parents and some of us that didn't, like, you know what I mean? But a lot of kids raised themselves, because a lot of kids, like, were from single parent homes, right? Or toxic households, and they had to go out and try to hustle early to try to, get their things together, get what they want and stuff like that. And there's a lot of moms and stuff back then, they were working all the time to provide the needs of their kids, like, you know what I mean? So they weren't always home and stuff. And I feel like the parents from those times transferred to now, they try to do better for their kids, like, you know what I mean? And because like they didn't really have that support, not because the parents was just like, you're here but who cares, but because they're trying to hustle to make sure there's a roof and food in the fridge, like, you know what I'm trying to say? So the kids kind of got neglected. And I feel like now the parents, it transpired in the sense of they don't want to be like their parents. Like, you know what I mean? They don't want to neglect their children for the sake of work. They don't want to neglect their children for this. And then without understanding how to properly do it, not for every parent, but for most, they end up becoming their children's friends. And when you become your children's friend, the children start to get out of hand. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And then they become like these toxic kids walking out these days. Because I be on the bus. I remember when I was younger and I was on the bus, and we wouldn't swear. We wouldn't dare swear, curse, or say anything negative in public space. Like, when we're by ourselves in a little group and we sure know that there's no adults and nobody's gonna hear us, then yeah, you might go on and look away. You might say a little one, two here, but when we're on the bus, best behavior, best behavior. Like, you know. And I remember back in our days too, like when we fought somewhere for some reason, we never wore uniforms, but if as long as they could tell, they would notify your school. Like, you know what I mean? Whereas nowadays, like them kids, the other day I was on the bus and them kids, they look like they were no more than like 14, 16. The conversation that they were having, the guy was telling the girl, like, you've been around the block, basically, just to sum it up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I heard you're over there, come over here, type of thing. And she was like, shut up, don't say that. What do you know you're talking about? And all these things. And she was like, oh, I've only been around there with this person, or stuff like that, right? And I was sitting there like, y'all too young for this. What the heck? What the heck? And you know something, like when my own kids look at me like, mom, you know something is wrong. They okay. It's good and bad. They have tools to help regulate emotional support, but they'll become crutches. So without them, there are a lot of emotionally shaky kids, and they're overstimulated and the screens. Proud of you, sis. You're getting so good at this. Thank you, thank you. Holding it down. Thank you. I told myself, I said, you know what? I'm gonna push past it, and I'm glad I finally am coming. I'm pushing past it and whatever, and I'm glad I've reached that stage too where I could come on here, and I realize now too, like automatically, like not right away, but after like a couple seconds or whatever, I just start talking. I just automatically start talking, like whether it says zero or not, I just automatically start talking, and I just say, you know what? If people come in, then cool. If not, then whatever. But I just talk automatically, and it's flowing. And then on top of it, you guys are very helpful, because by the time I even run out of stuff to say, there's somebody here asking me a question or bringing up some kind of topic that just, you know, flows so nicely. So I'm so grateful for you guys, because if it wasn't for none of you guys, I don't know if I would be able to reach this level of comfort, to be honest with you guys. I think I would have just been like a nerve wreck. And for certain, I probably would have been coming on for less and less time. So I'm very grateful, and I thank you guys. I thank all of you guys for coming up and keeping my company and stuff like that. And talking to me and stuff, so I can get this comfortable and flow. And I am kind of glad too, because like the nervousness was eating me up. The nervousness was eating me up. Cause I be, oh my gosh, I don't even think I could ever explain to you guys like that level of anxiety that I used to feel when I came on here. You would have thought that I was stepping on stage with millions of people in front of me. Like that's the level of nervousness I used to get to come on here. The level of nervousness. But little by little, I'm slowly getting into, okay, people are watching me and it's fine. You're doing good. So I'm happy about that. And I'm able to come on and stay a little bit longer each time, and whatever the case is. I still said I want to come on and try to do like a little 4 hours every single day. But realistically, that's not working out for me. But at least when I do come on, I try to come as long as I can. And I try to make up for the days that I miss. So I'm kind of glad that I'm doing that. I'm glad that I'm holding an audience. I'm holding an audience. So again, thank you guys. Oh, and for those coming in, oh, thank you. I have 17 likes. Oh my gosh. I just looked. I thought it was 7. Thank you guys. I got so accustomed to my 7 and my 6 likes, which I was always grateful for. But wow. Thank you guys so much. I'm glad I had a look at hot topic today. I'm glad I had a look at hot topic today. But yeah. Anyway, I wanted to do a look at 4 hours, but I don't think that's gonna happen for today. I don't think that's gonna happen for today. I think I'm gonna draw my little cue, and I'm gonna say thank you guys so much for vibing with me. I'm not gonna make a promise on when I'm gonna come on the next time because it's not a good look. I can't keep telling you guys I'm gonna be on tomorrow and I don't come on tomorrow, but I will see you guys whenever I come back. So look out for me, yeah? Yeah. Blessings, Red. Thank you so much. And everybody in the chat. I'm not gonna name out everybody because I don't remember everybody. I have to scroll down. But for everybody that was here with me, thank you so much. And I'll see you on the next one.